Children growing, women producing, men go working, some do stealing. Everyone's
Drew,
got to make a living.
you've come back from Easter. You're wearing designer shoes. You're wearing designer trousers. You've got bling up to your eyeballs. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened to the old Drew. It's a rags to riches story, but you can't remember where you come from. You need to remember that root. You need to remember Hassan. This is who you are. But look at you sold out just because of some minor success in radio at Warwick.
Hey, don't be fooled by the rocks I got, yeah? I'm still Jenny from the block, yeah?
I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Now a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from.
Across campus, online, and on 12:51 AM. This is your student radio station.
Yes, it is, and here we are. Are we on?
We're back. Season 6. The 6th season.
Ah, we weren't on.
Huh?
We're on now.
What?
It wasn't working. You couldn't hear yourself in your headphones, could you?
The whole time?
Well, just now.
What about
not pre-Jenny from the block.
Okay.
We got the Jenny from the block in there.
Right, I'm going to start again.
Yep.
We're back. Season 6.
Season 6, baby.
The 6th season.
The
El Soixante.
70.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sex. Sounds like sex.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Other
For more
forms
comedy, stay tuned.
I was going to say other forms of leisure are available with less spurious
But
morals.
are they really?
Am I right? Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
The boys are back with more passion than ever,
Yep.
as you can hear.
Yep. But less views than ever, I think.
Less views, yeah. We're becoming more and more boring.
I definitely think so. I think
But
people
more and more
have-
passion about being boring.
I think, you know, when you first see your friend from school have a radio show, how exciting.
Yeah.
What? That's so weird. But then when you hear, like, oh, they're even better than pros, that's not
Yeah.
interesting anymore.
Exactly.
So I think we shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah,
by
because,
being-
our views on our new recent trailer for Season 6 haven't been great.
And I'm looking at you guys, Gordon Cohen.
We're looking at all of
I'm
you.
looking at, like, even Michael Chang.
I'm calling out
looking at
Pirate Captain Factual
Karl
from
Marx.
the outset.
Yeah,
Karl Marx,
like,
yeah.
where were you? Where were you? We needed those likes.
Yeah.
Because when you after the first hour, if you get, like, 2 likes, you're not getting many more. If it had 10 likes, it would get 20 likes. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Our promo for Season 4 got 500 views.
Yep.
Our promo for Season 5 got 250 views.
What are we on now?
40.
40!
What is wrong with you guys? That is the funniest radio promo of all time.
Literally ever.
That is a promo for a radio show that isn't even that weird. We've got innovation coming out of our...
Nose and ears.
Yeah. See? Radio
See?
friendly.
Exactly.
Radio friendly. It's so good. Right,
But
let's go.
Here we are, back from
Easter.
an Easter break.
Yeah, give thanks to the Lord.
As always. Important to reflect.
He didn't have a good Easter.
No, he didn't. Don't tell me about it. No, but he did eventually, like, in the long run.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say Jesus is fair.
I'd say I had a similar Easter to Jesus then, because, like, I had my lows and I had my highs, because, like, in a way I got crucified, but in a way I rose from the dead. So
How were you crucified? Or was
work, jury service.
yeah, similar things?
Yeah, just a lot of stuff like that. And then I came back because I never actually did rise from the dead. I was just a crucifixion.
Still on the cross now, actually.
Yeah. Other religions are available.
Of course.
I recommend Sikhism.
Sikhism is in at the moment.
Yeah. Big fan of them.
Big fan of the Sikhs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've got to say on them.
Yep.
If you're Sikh, message in.
We will be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's very, quite despairing, actually.
Yeah, the Easters are never fun. I don't know if anyone has a fun Easter, I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking drug dealer.
That's immediately you have to think that, because they are the only ones having fun over it.
Yeah. And if they had a great Easter, they don't have much time left.
No, they
Do you
really
know what I
don't.
mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not having many Easters
Other
after
side
that.
of the ball, isn't it? Yeah.
But no, 5 weeks of work and sadness. I
Work
think.
and sadness.
I think that's the tagline.
Was that Tetris? Alfie was clapping someone on a social
media app. Can you guys at the sofa just keep it down a little bit? We're trying to make some great radio here. So
mystery guest on the sofa.
yeah,
as well.
mystery guest.
Whoa!
Find out after.
Stay
the
tuned.
Hi, this is Grant Nicholas from Feeder, and you're listening to Raw.
Yeah, so I just had quite a lot of work.
Yeah.
Not many people were home. So basically just work in sadness.
Yeah, because we were
and then-
talking, like, we've had 5 weeks. We must have so many anecdotes,
Yeah.
so many fun stories to tell.
Nah. I literally not.
It's not.
We
our
had
life
one.
does-
We thought of one of me outside, but we've both forgotten it.
Yeah, no, it's something
Since then.
funny. If we remember it, though,
Well,
you'll be the
we'll whack
first to
it
hear
on,
about it.
all of you. Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
I just had. Well, when you're back at home, I found myself cooking for myself a lot.
Yeah.
Which meant that my diet wasn't very good. So you didn't
I've
get the
eaten your
nice
food.
home.
Nightmare.
Yeah, absolute nightmare.
Moment on the lips.
Bit too
lights
heavy on the
hips.
spices, you know?
Yeah.
Just got to chill out.
Yeah, just
I
like
get a bit too
cumin.
spice heavy.
It's the cumin,
When you
man.
got cumin on board, you're going to be chucking it in by the spoonful. But nah, so mainly just a lot of coffee, really.
Yeah.
A lot of coffee.
Well, that's funny you should say that, Drew,
Yeah,
because I have a whole little nag with coffee because I left the house in a bit of a rush. I woke up late, so I didn't have time to make myself a coffee. I'm like, look, I'm just going to grab a cough. I don't like having to pay that much for it, so I'm just going to grab one, take the hit. Went to Costa,
Yeah.
asked for a medium cappuccino.
Medium.
Medium, so because I don't have money to buy a
Modest,
large.
respect.
And then they're like, do you want a caramel shot? And I'm like, fine, I'll just have a caramel shot. I thought it was
is a
just
Monday.
I thought it was like it is. I thought it was just like the chocolate
Yeah.
thing, just like a free complimentary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I go to the price thing.
Wait.
£3.10.
£3.10.
Who
Where
can
are
afford
you?
that
Sorry,
in this economy?
Are you in Costa?
Yeah.
Shameful.
Shameful.
Medium.
And then I looked at my receipt. It was 55p for the caramel shot.
55p for a shot.
55. You can get 20 straw. No.
20. No, you've hazed up the maths on that.
How many 5p a straw?
Messaging.
Any maths?
Any maths? What do we need? The sum
55
of 55
divided by 5. 11.
by 5.
Yeah, because it's 5p a straw.
Okay.
You could get 11 straws for the amount you get coffee syrup. No, caramel syrup. Ah!
Which is the coffee syrup though.
Yeah, it is coffee syrup. But anyway, don't ever go to Costa. Completely overpriced, outrageous. Go to the library cafe because they actually do some good coffee at good prices.
And you
But-
can get a nice little loyalty card,
True.
and then eventually build your way up to a free coffee.
Have you done that?
I'm currently on 4 stamps.
Oh, I have about 3 stamp cards, all with 1 on. I don't remember. Someone was like, I'm going to start now.
Nah,
Yeah.
I've got 2, but you can persevere.
Yeah. But the thing is, just a little tip for you other fellow students out there. You might have noticed at the library cafe, £1.70 for a small, £1.80 for a medium. These are I'm just going off Americano, but it generally follows
That's not
through
a
the
large
coffee.
price increase.
£1.90 for a large. You mean
Nor is
20p for nearly double the coffee? What's going on? So I used to always get the £1.90 large. I don't even like large that
Makes
much. but
economic sense.
You need to save money. If I'm spending £3.10 at Costa, then I need to make my money back somehow. Then one of the people behind the bar let me in on a little trade secret. It was like, if I was you, I'd get the small. Because basically what you're paying for is just more hot water and milk.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of coffee in all of them.
That is our expose
Yeah.
of the season.
Exactly.
actually.
So it's better coffee. You might not have as much of it, but you're just paying. You're paying 10p for some hot water. Like,
We'll give you some hot water for about 20p.
Just cut. Yeah.
Come down
yeah.
the studio.
Yeah, exactly.
We will still
exactly.
charge.
Yeah, yeah. But we do fair trade as well. So.
Yeah. It's
But yeah.
important.
So that is my big tip.
Yeah. And one that can help. you
One
know?
that can help.
One
We
that can
very
help.
rarely give stuff that's helpful.
Consumer advice.
Yeah, we very rarely do that. A lot of it is kind of like post-ironic, kind of inane trash. That is kind of.
But occasionally we like to pierce through that with a
some
good
sincere,
coffee story.
some sincere stuff. Because
So-
a lot of it just doesn't help in the. When I listen back to the show, I'm like, this doesn't help anyone in the real.
No. And that's what people are here for. That's what they're all online now listening. It's our sincere help on their live stories and advice.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah. Well, should we have a little
Break and then
little
bring all
tinkle
our
break?
mystery
Yeah,
guests.
bring on our mystery
You know what? I like the players. No dickity, no doubt.
Blackstreet Productions. We out, ride.
Hi, this is Grant Nicholas from Feeder, and you're listening to Raw.
Again, Drew.
What?
You did Feeder twice. Can we have loads of celebs on there?
No, I haven't done Feeder twice.
You've done Feeder already.
No.
Look, mate, I'm going to listen back on the
Which
podcast.
one? For when?
Just now with Hey Raw. This is Grant from Feeder.
Really?
Yeah, so just mix up the celebs, please. But anyway, back to it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, you have, mate.
Was it Feeder?
No, yeah, it was. At least drop
Was
in
it not
like
the
Milk.
Cheeky
Just
Girls?
no.
Nah, it was.
No, it wasn't. Just drop in Milton Jones. Drop in Cheeky Girls. I've already heard Grant from Feeder or whatever his name is too many times. Once was more than enough.
Was it Feeder?
Yeah. All right, we have to move on with the show, man.
Tweet in what you think at home.
There you go, yeah. Give us an answer. Prisoner 2266 has messaged in. Please send help. I've been trapped in Noel Edmonds' 80s-themed game show dungeon for 12 years. There are hundreds of us, and we can't take any more family-friendly banter and game show antics. Well, Noel, if you're listening, which you are, please release Prisoner 2266. Also implies that there's 2,265 other prisoners, all being subject to the same kind of 80s-themed game show hell.
Could be his favourite number.
No, you're a friend of the show, but we have to draw a line somewhere.
Raw Production have messaged in, said I did do the feeder twice. And the person messaging in actually made that stab, that very thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
There you go. It's good to share.
Yeah, it's good to show that when you're right.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
here we are.
So, a lot of you guys, you waiting for your friendly, warm embrace of the northern tones and idioms of Mark Holmes.
Sadly,
much loved.
Mark Holmes is now on his Monday morning.
Yeah.
So he's hasn't got enough time in the day for old Gordon Kerwin.
Yeah,
anymore.
now he thinks he's too big for his boots. Has he even got a weekly show yet? I don't know. No one knows because no one listens. Too early in the morning. You got Gordon Kerwin. We're prime time spots. We're an institution. I don't know. Anyway, don't want to get too bogged down. He's got a lot of maths work. And then also he's obviously leaving next year.
Yeah.
So we're panicking a bit because we need our fourth man. Yeah. Like when Michael was leaving, we had to interview a lot of people. We decided on Mark.
Yeah.
We now had to go through that painstaking process.
There's next year.
It's painful for us. It's painful for the fans.
There's next year to think about as well.
Exactly. So
it's important times.
Bring it on. We've got another Lebanese guy. I mean, we try and be diverse.
We really try, but it's always
just
like
Lebanon
just coming through the door without
everything.
Any control.
Yeah, he's Arabic, but almost as white as Michael, so that it's still like.
Yeah.
I wish we could do better on that front, but you know.
Try, but you know.
Welcome to the show, Sani Husseini.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. What a hero's welcome! Wow.
Yeah, it's full name Hassan
Al Husseini. Yeah.
Oh man,
what a mouthful.
Hassan El Zaini. That's what I'm hoping for in this season of radio.
Wow. Guys, Gordon Cohen, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Really bringing the energy. It's all good.
Well, let's talk about it. So, how we know Sani, Drew?
It's
just trying to show off in front of the new kid.
Well, I feel bad after the double feeder stab that I've got to get my AWOL game up.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I'll be going AWOL.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Right, back to Sani though. How do we know him? Sani's on my course. Our chemistry's been fire. We're in a very prolonged honeymoon stage of our relationship because we don't actually hang out outside of the film course. So we haven't got to know each other to the point where you realise the little nuances and annoyances.
Yeah.
So we've been in blissful honeymoon for about a year, almost coming up to 2 years now. So to ruin that, I've brought him on the show. Yeah, how was your Easter, Sani?
It was good, man. It was good. Saw you for a bit.
Yeah.
Saw you for a lovely date, for a lovely little date.
For your sins.
Really enjoyed that. But no, it's been good. Been getting a bit of work done, obviously.
Yeah.
As we all have. Mm-hmm. First half, obviously, not as much work as should have been done, but second half, got to it. You
sound exactly like a Gordon Cohen radio host. Right.
You're
there.
ready.
Yep.
Just, not doing work. Lol. Yeah. Well, what's a good way to introduce Sani to the people? What have we got planned to discuss that can give us a good insight into the life and times of Sani?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Lebanese thing was going to be a bit of a unique trait.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Nah,
you're not special at all.
Yeah, no.
Not even bringing anything new to the show.
I've got written here Arab at Warwick, but I feel I can't really bring much to that convo, so I'm going to...
What's it like to be an Arab at Warwick?
Let me take this one.
Yeah, no, actually, Sani, Drew's got this.
Basically.
Anyway, Sani.
Tough times, boys, tough times.
Yeah?
No, yeah. A lot of tension. A lot of tension building. In London, you've got the Asians, versus the Asians and the whites. In Warwick, it's all Lebanese versus Lebanese versus everyone else.
Yeah, it's just Lebanese.
At the end of the day, we've got no allies.
It's just Lebanese versus the world.
Just a little shout out to my Lebanese brothers and sisters out there, guys.
Yeah. Gordon Kerwin also shouts out to you.
Yeah, no, we're not related.
I don't know if they can. We'll have to see.
We're not related, but I'd love to be friends. With Sani's Lebanese brothers and sisters.
Definitely a community.
Well, at least like 22% of the show is Lebanese now. Like all of the seasons combined.
Yeah.
There's at least 22%.
Well, we've got a big Lebanese fan base, is what's happened.
That's something we don't have.
No, it's true. I think we've been put off. A lot of people are like, maybe I'll listen to this. There's some Lebanese people, and they're like, they heard Michael, and that speaks for itself.
Yeah, he's not showing the Lebanese well at all.
Now it's all pressure on Sani.
Yeah.
actually, I don't know if I can live up to that. Not as Lebanese as you might think.
Yeah. What's your genetic makeup?
Look, genetic.
Not that it
makeup,
matters.
Entirely Lebanese genetic makeup.
You're 100% Lebanese.
100%, actually, and a half Palestinian. So really repping the Arabs out there.
Wow.
I've gone. It's 110%.
Well, you've got the vice president of Jewish Society for the City of London. So we're going to have some
heated debate.
Much love. Guys, off the bat, just gotta start.
Yeah, just
stay
start
equal.
Yeah, that's good. Keep the fans.
Everybody love
fans.
everybody. Everybody love everybody.
What do you feel about that, Sani, that whole where are you from thing, though? Like, if someone asks you where you're from, and then you say London, and are you like, were they trying to offend me in some veiled manner?
By asking where I'm
from.
Well, you see, because he mentioned something quite essential, is that I'm not a very Lebanese-looking Lebanese person. So when the question comes my way, it doesn't necessarily have that sort of impact. I've got Lebanese friends who look quite Lebanese, and so when they came to exactly. So it's I sort of have to I dodge that. I've never been a race victim.
Not at all.
No,
never
a
been
slur
hit
has
by
never come my way. No. Obviously comedy plays a big part, but. Definitely not.
Plays a big part in all
he's not walking down the street and slurs on being thrown, left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
That's not my life.
You're not being looked at funny
honest.
when you have a backpack on the tube. None of that.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay,
definitely
that's good.
Yeah.
Happy
days.
I got a big juicy story to tell. Do you think we should go into it now?
Let's dive into that, baby.
You ready?
I'm ready to sink into it.
Okay, buckle in, lads. Jury service. I got jury service this Easter. I was meant to do it last year when I was 18, when I first got it. But then I had to move it, and it fell on this Easter. Couldn't negotiate it. I had to do it.
So why were you doing jury service?
Because I was called by the. It's
that's what
that
happens.
and voting are the two biggest privileges a citizen can have.
And you just put it off for that long. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for it. Her Majesty called me.
Called you. You were needed for this specific
I
case.
needed this for this case.
Yeah.
So basically, we go into this jury room. It's this awful court, so underfunded. I mean, the cafe ran from about 11 till 2 p.m. and after that, it was run fully on an honesty box.
How much is the coffee?
It was £1 for people who had jury service, £1.50 for none.
So, working on our previous consumer advice, if you want cheaper coffee, get on the jury.
Get on the jury hype,
and then get a medium or a small.
Exactly. But no, it was very interesting. All walks of life. Some strange people there. A lot of it's so you don't see these people normally. It's a complete dissection of society. We're sitting in there. The guy, our bailiff, was a bit David Brenty, just always cracking jokes. But because none of us knew much about jury service, when he's given the induction of how to be a juror, you don't want things that you don't know if they're jokes or not.
No,
so he'd say it, and all of us would stare at them. When he's like, better not leave your food out, because I might eat it.
Is that what happens?
Is that what happens? He's like, well, no.
It's a joke.
The only thing I can apologise for is my bad jokes. And every time he left, he would try and drop a joke in. But by the time he was leaving, everyone had just ignored him. So he'd say it, and then I'd watch him just scan the room for any laughter, and then his head dropped down, and he left off.
Well, he does that every day, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's got a new set of jurors to come in and try and impress with his comedy.
It's true. But it's a good place to work out new material. Night after night after night. Just like those are the clubs where you make it.
Yeah, it is.
That's the scene.
Her Majesty's venue. So.
No, I was actually in a similar situation where being stuck in a sort of a room with strangers for a significant amount of a day, where I actually hadn't had a national insurance number.
Oh
no, I didn't. Yeah, exactly. So I've sort of been going through my life getting it, like the odd internship, the odd charity job. Didn't really need it. Lived in Dubai for a bit as well, so
there's a lot of
didn't really need it.
to
Didn't really need it.
yeah.
And so I showed up to Whitechapel, which was the only place that could take me before I went off on holiday.
Great market.
Well, yeah, Whitechapel. Quite. Where this one specific national insurance number place was quite dodgy.
Yeah.
The odd gang walking about, and definitely inside. Within the first 10 seconds of being there, a pole had already been kicked out. Kicked up a fuss. Was not pleased that that he didn't receive a letter notifying him of the day. Straight off the bat, I knew where I was. But again, the name Hassan Al Husseini never felt more at home. 99% foreign. Walked right in there.
Wonderful.
The new album.
But the one thing that sort of struck me was these guys. Where you go and you do the interview, you go back in the waiting room, you come back and you take the passport, and then you just say your day of birth, and then you can take it, you can go on your way. The amount of people who showed up and just had no clue how to speak English. And so they go up, the guy would be like, date of birth, and he'd be like, 1904. And the guy who'd probably seen like a million of these guys during that day, he'd just been like, are you telling me that you were born 104 years ago? And the guy would just look at his, he'd just look at his mate, and he'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, enjoy your day.
Have a good one. Have a good one. Keep going. You're near the record. You're near the record. But yeah. So with this, back into the jury service in Brighton, we then got split off into jury service groups, and I had my first case. So I didn't know what it was going to be. Because it's a Crown Court case, it could be anything from murder, rape, anything. So I sit down.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky's the limit. So I had no idea what it was going to be.
Apart
sit
from
down.
intergalactic
We
court.
just like...
That's always the limit, though, Alfie.
It stayed in this dimension for this time, but there was all 12 of us sitting there, and then he's about to read out. I see this old man, and he was like, basically, because they do it in painstaking detail when you hear it, because it's official. A builder was working in Eastbourne, just on a building site, and overlooking a high street, all right? And then he looks across, and he sees out of a big, wide bay window on the first floor, so not the ground floor, the first floor. The window is open. A 60 to 70-year-old looking man, completely nude.
Classic.
Masturbating. Out the window and staring at him. The builder was shocked, so he calls over his boss. The boss sees it as well. Then they look down, they see some kids playing on a front lawn. They're like, well, we can't have an old man masturbating and not...
That's one of the only conditions.
Yeah, exactly.
Standing at a window. Is to not be naked and be masturbating.
So they knock on the door.
Something that I've come in issue with.
Yeah, exactly. Drew's had many run-ins with this.
Yeah, I've had my jury service on the other side.
There's support groups, actually, which we're going to give the number for later on
if
after
you
the
find
show.
yourself in there's legal advice.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Yam.
So basically, finally, the granddad of these children on the front calls the police because he's just shocked. The police knock on the door, he doesn't answer. They have to get a ladder and climb in through the window. So I'm hearing this all done. So it's like, and then the man was seen to be masturbating his penis back and forth.
They use the phrase masturbating.
He was masturbating his penis.
The official way is masturbating your penis back and forth.
Back and forth?
It was
Can you
masturbating
masturbate
his
just
penis.
forth and forth?
No.
What else can... Yeah.
Asunder.
I don't know.
Masturbating it asunder.
Let's try it live on the air. Alfie.
All right, 1 sec. Sorry.
Webcam.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
webcam.
Yeah.
We got to say the facts.
Yeah,
You have to.
Formal procedure of
So
masturbation.
masturbating back and forth. Apparently, when this came out, there was actually 3 other counts. This old couple who had lived next to his house had seen him do it 3 other times when they'd been watching TV, just occasionally. And all the stories been told, they just looked up from the telly and just seen this man staring at them masturbating. The defence was hysterical because he pleaded not guilty to outraging public decency. And, you know, I've outraged public decency in many ways, but never masturbated out a window at people walking past on Mead High Street, of all places.
Decent.
And his pleading was that I have rheumatoid arthritis. Remember, this guy doesn't speak a word of English, so I had to have an interpreter. And so what I was doing was applying ointment to my sore joints in the window. Why weren't you doing it in the bathroom?
Does
The
the
light
penis
wasn't
qualify as a joint?
Yeah, which one of the penis joints?
He said he has to do it
would be?
all over his body.
Oh, so that's just naturally going to include the penis.
Yeah, include the penis.
It's an inevitability of the joint.
And he said he wasn't
cream
he didn't-
application, isn't
Apparently he didn't know that anyone could see him.
He's standing at a window, yeah.
And he's open window.
Open?
Looking at people.
Open window.
But the thing, he went on for an
Rear
hour.
window.
The granddad, when he was explaining it, was like, he was shocked about how big the penis was.
Really?
He was like, he was like Austrian. He must have used some Viagra. And the old guy starts laughing. And then the image, you see this old guy laughing, and then behind him, you see his whole family in tears. So it's just this shocking thing of this like ludicrous old man, like, and his family just like, why does he do this to himself?
Oh my!
You got to commend the honesty of this.
You
man.
got to get this guy.
First thing comes to his head is, man, that's a large.
Wait, so they brought? Did they bring the kids to their granddad's wank court?
No, this guy's like 60, 70 years old. His kids are like 40.
Okay.
Yeah, so
No grandkids.
No grandkids.
So they're old enough to stomach.
They're
their
old enough
father's
to stomach
wanking
that.
habits. Can we say? I don't think we could. Sorry.
No, wanking's too much.
Text RAW on 075 071 8.
If you've got any problem.
Yeah.
Back and forth masturbation.
But yeah.
There you go.
Then it just went on.
The official court lingo.
There we go.
It went on for 3 days, this whole course, with just painstaking detail.
Oh, it's the trial of the century, Rachel. I'm surprised it was that quick.
Whatever his name is versus the people. Yeah, and in painstaking detail, we just found out the whole defence. He was convinced. But he didn't speak in English. It literally sounded like a Daily Mail headline.
Yeah.
Because it was like, he'd been here for 10 years. He hadn't worked a day while he'd been here. Doesn't speak a word of English. Polish man caught masturbating out of window. Doesn't speak any English. Masturbating speaks back and forth.
Back and forth. We need to specify.
But it was fantastic. We found him guilty of 3 out of the 4 counts. Because as a jury, we said, we cannot be sure on that third count.
What was this?
I was like, he was definitely masturbating. There's no way that he masturbated on the other 3 and then was applying cream on the third. But then we all felt sorry for him because it wasn't like a weird, perverted thing. Strangely enough, it was obviously much sadder than that. It was like a lonely, bored thing. This guy doesn't speak any English, doesn't have any friends. He's this old guy just stuck in a... I'd be doing the same.
This is what he's got to turn to.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. I'll be doing the exact same.
So what did he get?
Well, we went there for the sentencing.
So you could have sent a man to jail.
Could have been the death penalty.
How does it feel? Yeah, the moral.
Knowing with Theresa May in power,
the moral weight on your shoulders. You have to do your necessary duty as a public citizen
duty
in stopping back and forth public masturbation.
Yeah, and it's just interesting, like the social thing of the jury. So like weird, like social structure stuff. There's like people everyone didn't like because they're just a bit weird and the lame guys. And there was the people you wanted to be in with. There was like this 50-year-old man who was a bit of a G, who had who was just like those kind of like kind of lower middle class guys who obviously haven't done as well as a lot of their friends, but then don't really care about it and listen to like cool folk music and have fat jeans and wear walking shoes for the comfort, but then just have that little
the Birkenstock.
Yeah. The guy who just cares about his like support, but then just does it with style. Everyone wants to be his friend. The 2 popular ones were like a 20-year-old girl and this 50-year-old man. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that is quite a tale. The perfect case for your first jury.
Exactly. But yeah, that was quite a long one. So should we go into a song, Andrew?
Let's do it.
Little shop of horrors, bop shabop. Little shop of terror, watch 'em drop. Little shop of horrors, no, no.
Everybody better beware. Step into the Little Shop of Horrors from the 10th to the 13th of May at Warwick Arts Centre Studio. Call the box office or book online now.
You better, telling her you better. Tell your mama something's gonna get her. Everybody better be
Sorry, guys, we got a bit carried away with that fab advert.
Hey, fab
bangs in the yacht.
Yeah. Right. We need to delve back in to our guest. Because this is an audition, if anything. So, following Gordon Cohen tradition, we did it with Mark Holmes, we did it with Michael Mark, we've done it with Alfie. We need to interview you to see if you have what it takes to be a Gordon Cohen guest host. It's a big,
it's a big responsibility.
You got to be. Me and Andrew, we do 95% of the stuff on this show. Yeah, we just need that. There's a couple of gaps that needs to be filled.
You need that sprinkle.
These three questions.
All we need to know.
If you answer correctly, will show that you can fill in those gaps.
You can do the job.
Be soft on him, boys, because that's possibly
chill.
We'll try, but once I'm in the ring, you know what I'm like.
I know what you like.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any? Do you want to have any interviewing music or something?
Nah.
Nah.
For the next segment, will be.
You're not winking at me right now because there's nothing to wink about.
Wink, wink.
Keep winking. Yeah.
All right, let's get going. I thought you were starting.
No, I'm not.
Hassan, take a seat. Thanks for coming all the way up.
Yeah.
Pleasure, boys, pleasure.
Right, first question.
Yeah.
If you had to vote between either Theresa May of the Conservative Party or Paul Nuttall of the UKIPs, who would you vote for?
This is an easy one. As a proud Lebanese man, you have one motto when you're in this country, and that's just keep me here.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Just don't kick me out. So I think that's
So he's Tory scum?
So you're Tory.
Tory scum. All right, so he's a right-wing ideologue, Tory scum.
Perfect for the show.
Absolutely what we need. Perfect.
All right.
First question done well then.
Yeah, congrats.
Tick.
Big up.
So you're walking down a river, specifically the Avon, when all of a sudden Jason Orange from Take That appears. Do you A,
ask Jason Orange what he's doing on the River Avon?
B, peel him, or C,
stutter, then say, "Oh my God, aren't you the guy from NSYNC? I hate NSYNC." Then throw him in the river.
Look, can I add a bit to A and just be like, what have you been doing since Take That?
So
because
there's no.
But I mean, everyone's talking about Robbie.
No,
right? Everyone's talking about the big names. And
Sani.
Sani.
There are set answers for this interview.
You don't get.
You don't run the show here.
Lads, I'm sorry for
something you need to learn pretty
when it
quickly.
comes to Orange, I get a bit.
We understand.
We
understand.
Take That's no easy topic for me, boys.
Do you want to hear them again?
That's my Achilles heel.
Good.
Yeah, that's because these are very probing questions. We've done a lot of research on you.
You learn a bit about me there.
But let's have an answer.
Yeah, we need to push you.
Sorry.
Probably go with A.
With A?
With A.
Ask Jason. You know, that's a sensible answer.
It's sensible, but is it the right one? I don't think so.
See, I would stutter
You
then
don't-
say,
you
"Oh my
don't
God,
ask.
aren't you the guy from NSYNC?
And then
I hate NSYNC." Then throw him in the river.
You see, that seems like the more logical thing to do for
Yeah.
me.
I feel like that's the obvious thing to do, though.
That is true.
Potentially.
The
That
obvious
is
thing
true.
to do.
No,
That's
yeah.
the mainstream choice.
Where's
to do.
Peel in all of this? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Peel him didn't really get much for a look in.
No.
Anyway,
It's
we need
absurd.
to.
Other than
we need to
establishing
throw
the
your
Metropolitan
answers through
Police, am I right, boys?
Robert Peel, what a man. 1826.
Don't shut dates out there
Alright,
and think
okay,
it's
fine.
happening. But, you know, maybe in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Right.
Messages.
Final
Stumbled a bit on
question.
that one. Stumbled a bit.
Tweet in, SoundCloud in.
Your one.
all
No,
of
it's my
your
one.
It's your one.
Instagrams.
What is your favourite sandwich and what defines a sandwich?
Got to be BLT.
Interesting.
BLT because it brings everything to the.
What's your favourite,
favourite
B, L, or T?
As a Lebanese man, can't say B. Just can't say B.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Can't.
Don't want to say L.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day.
Who says L? Fucking idiot says L.
Here for a good time, not a long time, boys.
Yeah. Oh, we're liking it.
But who says T? So I'm going to go with B.
Yeah.
Hey, he brought it
Going
back.
against-
He's
going
brought
against
it
the
back.
orders.
He's
Right.
going against his own faith for the show.
And we
I love
like
it.
that. Good
Putting it
start.
on the line.
And,
Sorry, Ala.
and then, what defines a sandwich?
What defines a sandwich?
Let's pose a conundrum instead. Right. I've got 2 slices of bread.
Here we go again. It's going to
And
get
then
heated.
put 1 piece of ham, 1 piece of cheese in the middle, right?
Sure.
Cool. That's one entity there, right? I then cut it in half. Does that mean I have 2 halves of one sandwich?
I've heard of this debate.
Or 2 sandwiches?
Be careful here.
Be very careful.
It's just,
him.
we're just...
It's one
we-
sandwich.
it's
It's
one-
one sandwich. Because what
2
do I
halves of one
start
sandwich.
with? What do I start with? 80% of that process.
Yeah, but
I'm making one sandwich.
where
It's
did
only
that
3
start?
seconds where I do.
Look,
the
we're not
slice.
going to get into the sandwich debate again.
We're going to get
We
into
can't.
it.
We've done it. We've done it a
We've
lot.
done it.
I'm ready for the fight.
We're doing a whole.
I'm ready for the fight.
You're in agreement with the show.
Yeah, we agree with
Oh,
the line.
But
meant to be.
then again,
The party line.
wasn't the third man's job to be the disagreeing one?
Yeah,
so,
it's
well,
true
we'll
because
have to-
Michael was
he's
the one
the silly man
Yeah.
playing against
All right,
the
so-
straight sandwich debate.
Wow.
Pirate Cats and Factuals message in.
Oh, he's back.
Avon is the Celtic word for river. When the Romans invaded and asked what rivers were called, they were told Avon, hence why 75% of rivers are called Avon in the UK.
What?
This started to change when river pirates realised how confusing this system of hydrology naming was and established a more accurate river naming regime.
He's just great. I'm loving
Pirate Cats and Factuals is
PCF.
slowly becoming my favourite guest.
Yeah.
Because you see, we didn't even read the message out there.
Yeah.
Before, it was like he's messaged in, he's getting on the air.
Exactly. I like it. I
Keep
like
coming
it.
back. But, yeah, there you go. There's a river-based...
And pirate based.
Yeah, if I was a bit worried that it wasn't going to be pirate based,
But
it
you
has to
brought
be
it back at
pirate
the
based.
end.
Otherwise, his whole name's redundant.
All
really.
facts are. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was good. I think I'm happy with those answers.
Those all the
Yeah.
questions?
Well, I need some time for that.
Right. We have a. This always can go one of 2 ways. When we have a little planned segment. What should we call this game? Saying said wrong over music.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's quite funny.
Yeah.
It's got a bit less funny. The
Okay.
page, in all honesty. There's a funny Facebook page called Saying Said Wrong.
Oh, yes.
Pretty much does what it says on the tin.
It does.
So we're going to read some out for you.
Says on the pot.
What kind of?
We
tune
need a
is it?
few more additions to our music board, actually.
Yeah, we need to have a.
But
sesh
we'll do a
in
little
Studio
session
2.
on that. No.
No. Oh.
Yeah, that's getting me in the mood for idiom.
Nah. It needs to be a bit more, you know, yeah. Or
epic.
Epic is... Oh, we don't have that many, do we?
Let's get some epic going.
Maybe...
Ooh.
That needs to be for the other one, though.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
so oh!
Too ready.
Oh.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Welcome to the universe of Sam.
You start.
So we're playing a game now.
Shut up, Sani. We're trying to do radio here.
Oh, so we're playing a game now?
Boys, I'm in the dark.
This is the worst.
It's a Facebook page called Sayings Said Wrong, and is,
Sayings
as
Said
you will
Wrong.
find out now after a protracted
Go on, Drew.
build-up period, hilariously.
And are you saying this game has
Hilarious.
gotten worse, though? Are you saying that the game has
Well, no, the
declined?
page-
Guys, silence
We
the
implore
studio.
you.
I've come to talk with you.
The apple doesn't fall far from where it grew.
Because
No point crying if your milk's on the floor.
Cheap as fries.
left its seeds
My knight and shining armor.
Single and ready to have a relationship.
Take it and leave it.
that was planted.
Judge, Judy, and executioner.
Look what dragged the cat in.
It takes one to know several.
I'd rather listen to paint dry.
No, you've done that one. Pokemon. Gotta catch all of them.
Tomato, potato, potato, tomato.
For all intensive purposes.
Like giving candy to a baby.
Merry Easter, everyone.
Wow.
Better safe than never.
Oh,
Look what dragged the cat in.
blimey.
That's the end of it then.
After 2 mess ups.
Yeah. Well,
It's by Morgan Freeman as well.
Well, I mean,
that?
I don't know if that has the legs to be a weekly thing.
That's just one of
We
the
could do it a spotlight.
Pokemon was fire. Pokemon was fire.
A spotlight on certain pages rather than reading out
Yeah.
pre-made comedy on the internet.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, there you go. That was that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got
All
another
good, lovely stuff.
segment planned.
Yeah. Should we do it? Should we just jump into
Should we
it?
just jump into this? All right.
So this is more to continue putting Sani through his paces.
Yeah.
Go for it.
In this introductory show to him / interview process.
Exactly.
So we're going to take Sani on a quest.
This is called Improv Quest Challenge.
I thought we had inquest.
Inquest.
The inquest is the Improv
inquest.
Quest Challenge.
The improv inquest. The improv inquest. Improv quest.
Let's just go with the IQC.
IQC.
The IQC.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
But
is
that
the
sounds
Improv
similar
Quest
to the ICC, and we don't want to be confused with the international cricketing.
because that's its own thing. We don't.
But
know
both
we don't
of
know
them
what
give
the
up the same
All right,
vibe
guys,
of
we're getting
fun in the
sidetracked. We're
sunshine.
getting sidetracked. The Improv Quest Challenge.
Where
Okay.
an interactive one where one weary traveller will be taking on the journey of a lifetime, as led by the Gould and Kerwin hosts.
Exactly. Nothing's
Yeah.
planned. It's all improv. Let's see how this goes.
So I am the traveller.
You're
the
traveller.
Yeah, and you guys
Yeah.
are gonna
And you
me
essentially
through
have
this
to. It's a
journey?
it's a problem solving
You guys,
thing.
you guys can play along.
You can choose what
play along at
character
home.
you are.
Cool in. We can't do that yet, can we?
No.
One day.
One day.
Okay.
Welcome, traveller, to your journey. You check the store cupboard, but can only take one item into your rucksack for your journey. It's a very small rucksack. You should have got a bigger one, but that's old news. What do you take? Do you take A cardboard box? Do you take B, a water skin? Or you take C, a Nintendo Game Boy?
I'm gonna go with C, Nintendo Game Boy. You've just come on. You can't put that bad boy in and not expect me to pick it.
The Nintendo Game Boy is
Boy.
broken and therefore useless.
You have died. Nevertheless, your quest plows on.
Yep.
You have been dropped into a forest. A forest steeped in wonders
Sweet corn.
and confusion.
Corn.
You take a right on the path of the traveller.
Where do I put my sweet corn?
On the right of the path stands a river troll upon the River Avon. Slightly different beings then. Good, I'm glad you got the difference in dialect. Do you A, Confront the river troll with a stick you see on the floor that is bent to a 90-degree left angle. Do you C, engage the river troll with polite conversation and ask him to give you a lift to the next point of your destination? Or do you C, ignore the river troll? That's it.
Ooh, I'm going to go with polite conversation.
You engage the river troll with polite conversation.
Don't unpack, you're going back! Get them out of my country!
It seems that the Avon river troll is a racist. He hits you over the head with a club, but then feels bad because he realises that you are in fact a conservative.
That's true.
So then, puts you on his back and your voyage continues with the river troll.
3 days through the desert, you've been passed out on this troll's back. He eventually drops you outside a spring.
Wow. This is a lot like Shia LaBeouf in Zero in Holes, isn't it?
Please, traveller, keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah,
You're at this spring. Do you A, take a dip, or take a swim? Do you B, drink from the spring? Or do you C, say, this spring looks too suspicious, better move on with my quest?
I'm going to go with swim if it's with the troll.
You don't get a choice once again, traveller. You better keep your thoughts to yourself. The troll has gone home. He's carried you 3 days through the desert. Stop asking for more help from the troll.
Are you speaking as the troll?
No, I'm not speaking as I'm speaking as the quest master.
Wow.
All right. You take a dip in the spring in the desert.
Yep.
It's a mirage. You fall into the sand. You got sand in your shorts. You got sand around everywhere.
There's sand
it's a
everywhere.
nightmare.
What a nightmare. Oh, itchy, itchy.
Nevertheless, your journey continues.
The journey
Leaving the troll and the sand behind, you take a left. You continue upon your path of righteousness until from in front of you comes...
Hello, I'm the quest fairy.
The
Would
quest
you like
fairy.
a biscuit?
The Quest Biscuit Fairy. The Quest Biscuit Fairy offers you an array of biscuits, including bourbons,
Cheesy.
custard creams,
And cheesy.
Wagon wheels.
Okay, can one quest master
Sorry,
at a time,
sorry,
guys? Right, so that was once again, traveller. That was bourbons, custard creams, and cheesy.
Cheesy.
Custard creams.
You have taken the custard creams.
The game is over. You didn't choose cheesy. Off.
Custard creams.
You choose custard creams.
Yes, I do.
Now, for what you have realised is that what you have realised is that this monster here is in fact the what were you? The Biscuit
cheesy.
Fairy.
The quest fairy.
The Quest Biscuit Fairy.
Yeah.
But he hasn't revealed to you his full name, which is the Cheesy Quest Biscuit Fairy. And
Always ask for the full name.
always ask for the full name.
When you come
Did I
across
just
a
spoil the
biscuit-
ending back there?
And a medium coffee. The Quest Cheese Biscuit Fairy is unhappy with your work. Nevertheless, your quest continues. One more.
Okay. Confused by the failure of the spring and the strange encounter with the quest fairy, you're starting to become existential in your crisis because you don't know what is this journey for. Is it about reaching a goal? Is it about finding more about myself? You come across a motorway. It's the A25 is running through the desert. Do you A, cross the road, B, hitchhike, or C, throw your bags down in distress and sit on the floor?
C, throw my bags down in distress and hit the floor.
You're on the A25. Is it the A25 or
Yeah,
the A23?
you throw it on the floor. Sadly, a car swerves off the A25 and murders you.
All right.
You have died. You have failed. I'm sorry, traveller. That is the end of your quest.
Well, good quest, everyone.
Yeah, that was good. That was good questing, guys.
Prize rolls over to next
further
week.
than most people would.
Got further than most, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we might do that again.
Maybe.
Quite fun.
That was quite fun.
Yeah.
Someone appreciated.
What did
Someone
they
who
say?
studies English lit.
Permission
What'd they say?
to permission
Pioneer in the
to
art of
speak
radio.
now. Is it allowed without being?
Yeah, you're not the traveller
Are you
anymore.
no longer?
Yeah, no,
a
now
quest?
the quest is
Whoa.
done. Back.
It's like being
Always
sat next
tough
to
to
a
get
different
stuck
man.
in.
Wow.
Difficult transition
I
period.
got really into that. Jeez.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, good quest. Well, the quest has taken us to the end of the show, and we have no plan for a show.
Well, we did get somewhere then.
Speak amongst yourselves.
How are you doing, Sani?
No, let's let the other two talk.
Oh, that's going to be funny, isn't it? Because we don't know how to chat. Oh, you're Lebanese.
Oh, no, he's being racist again. Let's get back in. Oh, we can't let Alfie on his own.
Oh, to be honest, I'd rather speak to. I can't even look Horatio in the eyes after that performance.
It's quite hard to look each other in the eye because we have to kind of edge round our mics.
Exactly.
But do message in
funny,
if you liked the improv
if
quest
you can't
challenge.
see us. Yeah, do message in. Message
Just
in for
play
anything,
man.
We're quite lonely.
Okay.
All right. Okay, come on. Here we go. Well, we need to fill some time for a big
we
end to the
do.
show. It's been great. It's been wonderful having Sani here.
Been great.
It has indeed.
Make sure to check out Yam.
Next week, watch the promo video.
Yeah, please watch the promo.
We laughed a lot at it. And we're not just doing it for ourselves, although
it's a great promo.
That.
It's a great promo.
Thank
It's a great
Sani.
promo.
Big fan of it.
Sani.
Wasn't expecting the body to come up at the end.
Whoa! He was only joking.
Right. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Horatio.
God, all this. I think I'm addicted to radio. I literally can't leave the studio. I need to see my family. I need to see my friends. How am I going to get out of this?
Well, I've been trying to make you go to
They tried to make me go to